Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. I'm coming across muffled today because I've just gotten off the train and I'm wearing my mask. But as you can see, it's going to be a beautiful summer's day. There's hardly any cloud in the sky. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, which will clear that cloud and keep it away. So let's go on our walk and talk. And today we're going to talk about a book summary on stress. But I'm just gobsmacked at how beautiful Circular Quay is at this hour of the morning, with the lights, the colours, the first light, and just the contrast. It's just glorious. Look at it. Check it out. How beautiful is it? How lucky are we here in this country to have public spaces like train stations, to have such beautiful, magnificent views. Anyway, the ferries are all starting to prepare, get ready to serve the public. And soon this area will be a hive of activity. Anyway, let's head off and do our walk and talk. And today I'm going to do a book summary on a book called The Upside of Stress. The Upside of Stress, and it's by an author named Kelly McGonigal. Kelly McGonigal is the author of this book called The Upside of Stress. And the book kicks off with a little quote where she says, here we are, we're being reminded that we need to be wearing masks in the station, otherwise we'll get fined. Hopefully this madness will end at some point. But let me take my mask off. That's better. I'm unmasked now. So welcome once again to Jim's 5am Club. Let's head over here to the Museum of Contemporary Art. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, so we may get some buffeting in the mic, but we'll see how we go. And as you can see, the Charlotte is just getting prepared to kick off its day. So the author invites us to consider the following. A short practice that you do every day is better than a long practice that you keep putting off till tomorrow. How clever is that? So basically what we're saying is whatever you do now is what you actually get to do in your life, and all the plans that you have for tomorrow may never ever materialize. So it's important to focus on your here and now and to do whatever you can, regardless of how small it is, because it all has a compounding effect. It all has an important impact on your future, and it's a way of banking and getting things done. So never underestimate the power of getting things done and doing things now. So the author says that we need to understand something very important in our lives. We need to understand that stress is a normal way of modern life. It's an integral part of how we live, and it's not something that we can do away with, I guess, is the initial message. The basic lesson from this book is that stress is normal. Stress is a normal part of our modern life, and you just can't switch it off, you can't turn it off, you can't ignore it, you can't sweep it under the carpet. But what you need to do is you need to learn, we all need to learn how to embrace it and to leverage it to get the most from it. Because by trying to eliminate it from our lives, you're actually eliminating life and all the beauty that life has to offer. So what the author is suggesting here, and the big lesson from this book is that we need to embrace stress, and we need to have the right mindset about stress. So that's lesson number one: to learn to live with stress, but to learn how to leverage it and get the most out of it for your benefit. And then the author reminds us of a scientific lesson that stress is only bad for your health if you believe it is. Apparently they've done some tests, some scientific tests, and they've been able to come up with this message that the people who worry about stress and who think that stress is bad for them are the ones who end up being unhealthy because of their stress. How funny is that? So if you think that stress is just a normal part of life and you just know how to deal with it and you're prepared to deal with it, then it's going to have a better impact on your health and not have a negative impact. Because at the end of the day, the big lesson that we learn in life is that whatever you believe will actually materialize in your life. So if you believe something is bad for you, it'll end up being bad for you. So the big lesson is don't overthink things, because and be careful what you wish for, because what you wish for will end up becoming your reality. So and it all gets down to how you think about things. And the author talks that there are two types of mindset that are key in our lives, and one is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. So if you've got a growth mindset and you look at things as, part of a puzzle or part of the normality of life, then you'll have a healthier life, because you know that all of these things are here to serve us if you are able to manage them in a way which is positive and productive. So, and as we said, the key message from this book is to learn how to live with stress and how to manage it. And the second point to come out of this book is called the stress paradox, which is another powerful lesson, something which I found really awesome. Because what the author suggests here is that happiness and stress belong together. You can't be happy without experiencing stress. So that helps us put stress into proportion, into perspective, because the author is saying here that it's important to note that stress is always part of a happy life, which means a totally stress-free life cannot be a happy life. Now that allows me to see stress through a different set of lenses. A powerful point. Let's say it again, that if you're not experiencing stress, then you're not experiencing life. You can't experience happiness unless you're able to live, deal, and leverage stress. Because the author says something that I think we all understand and we've all experienced in our lives, that the most stressful events in our lives are also the most meaningful. So rather than try and eliminate stress, and by eliminating stress, we're also going to eliminate meaning in our lives, we need to change our attitude and welcome stress, but learn how to leverage it and how to deal with it and how to make the most of it. That is so empowering, I guess, as a message, especially to young people, especially to people who are stressed, who worry about stress, that you can't get away from stress. But what you need to do, and the third point in her book, is that you need to channel your stress into energy that boosts your performance. So we can't get away from stress, let's realize that. And we can't live without stress, because by living without stress, then we're going to lose meaning, and we're going to lose the joy and happiness in our life and our relationships. But what we need to do is we need to work out how we can reframe, how can we shift, how can we use stress to benefit ourselves and also those around us. And the author talks about the power of our language and how we describe stress and how we describe what's going on in our lives. And by turning it on its head and making it something that's going to energize you and make you feel better, stronger, and more able to do what you need to do in order to enjoy your life the way you want to enjoy it. And the author talks about the language that we use to describe what we're feeling, what we're experiencing. And she says that what you should be doing when you're feeling or getting at the onset of stress in your life is to describe it to yourself as being excited, to say to yourself, I'm excited. Because what you're doing by saying that is you're channeling stress into positive energy. And I remember years ago there was a marketing guy on television, a salesman on television, who since has passed away, but his name escapes me now. But he was really, really popular on television. And he always used to say, with energy and with positivity, I'm excited. I'm excited. And the more times you say to yourself that you're excited, you actually start to believe it. So it's a powerful notion, and it's a powerful lesson to be able to reframe stress and turn it into energy, because you can use this energy to make things happen. So I think we've learnt time and time again that there are two types of stress in the world. There is distress, which is negative, debilitating, painful, and creates fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And there's also another type of stress called eustress, which is a positive sort of stress, which enables us, which is an enabler, which gets us moving, gets us going, which energizes us and makes us happier and more productive people. So the key message from this book is to use stress to your benefit, to turn the bad stress, the distress, into the good one by reframing it and changing the language, by convincing yourself, by saying to yourself, by saying to those around you that you're excited. So the key lesson, and we'll finish off now, the key lesson from this wonderful book is to reframe, to change, to improve your attitude to stress so that you can use stress to your benefit as opposed to having stress in your life, which is causing you harm and discomfort. So the final message from the book is don't hide from your challenges, but boldly confront them. Shape the language that you have so that you can shape the experience, and also be a role model for others and teach others the importance of how to use stress and how to leverage stress and how to turn it around and make it something which is positive as opposed to something that is negative. Anyway, let's finish up with a positive affirmation as we see the Charlotte starting its morning run. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, stay reasonable, and let's learn some lessons from this book, from the author, and the book is entitled The Upside of Stress by Kelly McGonigal, and learn how to use stress for our benefit and to turn distress, the negative stress, into positive stress, eustress, by basically saying whenever you're feeling the stress thing coming on, that I feel excited, I look forward to doing what I'm going to do, rather than feeling uncomfortable and bad. So I think that's it. Let's finish up, and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and let's just make the most of this day, as we know and as we remind ourselves on occasion that today is Thursday. I thought yesterday was Thursday, but today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday and the beginning of the long weekend, the Australia Day weekend. Make the most of it. Make the most of your families and the time that you have available to you. And we'll chat again. Yasas, Filakya from Jim on Jim's 5am Club. And I'll come to you again with another message from another location where we highlight the beauty of this city of Sydney and see where it leads us. Yasas, take care, and bye for now.